Hey, we've got a new addition.
Isn't he gorgeous?
Little Jude has come in with our little rant today.
He might start ranting on his own.
Yeah.
You like doing that, don't you? Hey? Yeah. So, on a lovely sunny day, we are just talking about working mothers.
Working mums. This is a good one, isn't it? So I'm 4 weeks, nearly 4 weeks in to being a mummy, number 2 times. And yeah, we've got we've got a relatively new business, so life doesn't stop. So we are having a meeting today, catching up, because I've had a few weeks off. But
I've been badgering her every day. Every day.
I thought he'd puked on me then. So yeah, we need to get together. We have to carry on this education business that we love, and we need to kind of do what we need to do. So my mind's gone blank. I've got baby brain.
I have too. Mine's 15 and 22.
Is that our excuse?
That's our excuse. I've gone the other way. I just think she's amazing, to be honest. She was still in hospital and I was messaging her just because I needed advice. Obviously, I'm not going to say yes to something when it's our business. So she's on call all the time while, going through a major transition in her life. She's already got Daisy, who is at school. She's at nursery today.
She's at nursery. She's 2, and there's so many others, I guess, like working mums out there who
Totally.
We thought it'd be quite nice to just, share our experience, but also for everyone else out there who has to get back to work, you have to get back to the salon, you have to get back to your business, your education, and especially when you're a freelancer as well. So, like freelance hairdressers out there, you don't necessarily get your big, payout from your company that you work for when you're freelance.
Money? You're paid to have a baby?
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Okay. Got to pay the bills, you've got to pay the mortgage, hey?
You have to. In this day and age, we all have to work, don't we? It was a lot different maybe in my parents' time. And we want choices. We want to be able to still be involved with things, but we also want families. And I mean, I don't know. After my second test, I was back at work within 2 weeks, 9 days, something like that. I mean, I was doing freelancing. Having time off, but eventually I went back I was at Paul Edmonds, I think, at the time, and they were so, I was grateful that I worked for such an open-minded company, but I know that there's a lot of people out there that don't have that.
Yeah, not all companies are so open-minded, are they, really? I mean, I was lucky with Daisy that I had the opportunity to have, a year off work, which is fantastic. But this time, obviously, it's very different. But in a good way as well, it's good I'm happier to get back to work this time, and keep my mind active and busy and get back to what I love, which is, teaching. So
and what she does is these dungarees here, she just pops him inside, carries him around. It's fine.
In my little pocket at the top.
All the fumes of the products in his face. He doesn't mind, does he? He's fine. Look, he's as high as a kite right now. It's fine.
Happy as Larry.
He is, look. And we basically just wanted to have a chat, a slight rant. Not really, because we're all loved up right now because he's so gorgeous.
Not really a rant today, so today's just about sharing the love.
We just have empathy for absolutely everyone out there, and there are working dads too, and they have just as much to play, and they don't get the time also that a lot of us don't get, you know. At least apparently statistically we have more time off than the men, but I'm not sure. And you're shouting about the men, aren't you? It's not all girl power anymore. Damn it. Damn it.
I'm going to pass him away to my assistant. As much as we love him, nobody wants a screaming child.
It's quite amazing what it makes you do as well, isn't it? When you hear that it's tiny to me, that cry is so small, and Leanne's like, oh my god, it's so loud. And the anxiety that
oh yeah, when it's your
you
own, it's so different. It's like
is quite incredible. So I think it's nice to go back to work in a way as well, isn't it? So you have time for yourself. You can go to the toilet by yourself when you're in
sit on the train, in peace.
Read a book, close your eyes, have a nap, whatever. But you still have this responsibility wherever you are, and it doesn't go away.
No, totally not. I think one thing that it's a huge thing after you've had a little one as well, especially I think in our industry as well, just bringing it back a little bit to what we do and the industry that we're in, is it can be a huge thing that I found really challenging especially after the first one was like the confidence thing, going back to work when you've been out of it and you've just been changing nappies and you've looking after a little one and you've not been going to industry events maybe, or things might have changed in the salon, techniques, etc., and you do feel quite out of it. And I definitely found that a lot more with the first one, so I think this time I've really just made a conscious effort to not, I guess, have that feeling of losing yourself a little bit, because it's not gone anywhere, and it comes back, but you have to work hard at it. It's a lot of pressure as a mum as well to to go back to work and feel confident. And so yeah, hey to everybody out there that's popping the babies out and then getting back to work.
I mean, even if you think about it, having a holiday for 2 weeks, if anyone still does that, and then coming back into the salon and going, how do I hold my comb? What?
Yeah.
And it takes, it's that confidence again. Imagine that tenfold, with having a baby, and all you think about really is, should I be here? Should I be here? I remember a client of mine, not in the hairdressing or beauty industry at all. She was a lawyer, and she was a partner in the law firm, and she didn't have children. And she said, it's funny because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. She didn't have children. She chose that her work was her passion and her baby. And she would get quite a lot of questions sometimes, from people. Why aren't you at home now, cooking the dinner and looking after your kids? My wife's at home waiting for me to get home, or the other question was, why haven't you had children? It's quite a hard one. It's very different, I think, in hairdressing. I think it's quite accepting to the family life, and you can, in a way, nip in, nip out of it. You can go traveling, you can come back, or you can take it with you. It goes with you, doesn't it? I suppose, because it's your skill. But as you say, there is a lot of apprehension and anxiety when you're going back into a salon or deciding to continue with your career.
Totally. I mean, I think I've been really lucky as well, in the sense that I've been able to experience the dipping in, dipping out of the industry as well, and what it has to offer. So, the being freelance is amazing when you're a mum, definitely, because you can keep your clients, you can, it's a great way of having an income while you've got the little ones. You can be part-time in our industry, and it can work, and it's very open. People are quite open about that. It's not just the kind of job where you have to be full-time all the time. So So yeah, so we're lucky, aren't we, in that
Yeah, we are
sense?
lucky.
Really, really lucky.
Yeah, and I think even more than men, really, because a lot of my male hairdresser friends, they've just continued, and they may have gone from strength to strength, but they haven't had time out and dip their toe into other things, which is quite nice as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, that's us over with, I think, today. We're going to go and change nappies.
I am.
Well, I'm going for a lie down. See you again. Bye.